All right, hear me out. When you go to the gym, do you just walk up to the hardest machine and start going as hard as you can with as much weight or as much resistance as possible without even warming up first? Hopefully not, because if you do that, you'll probably hurt yourself. And guess what? It's actually exactly the same thing when it comes to socializing. If you have social anxiety and you just try to jump in and just do some big social thing all of a sudden out of nowhere, it could end up backfiring. Let me explain. What I'm going to talk about in this video are what I call these little social warm-up exercises. These are little things that you can do before you go out or on your way to the party or whatever the case may be that'll kind of loosen you up and get you in the socializing mood instead of just being all stuck in your head and quiet and whatnot. The key thing to remember here is that your day or your night or your event or whatever the case may be starts the moment that you leave the door, or maybe even before that, because the biggest misconception is that if you're going to a party, that you have to be social at the party. Yes, you need to be social at the party, but if you're not being social before the party in any way, it's going to be hard to be social at the party. It's important to build up a kind of social momentum, kind of loosen yourself up before you get there. So I'm about to share with you 3 very simple techniques that you can use to be a little bit more loose and to give yourself a little bit more social momentum before the next time you go out, which will make socializing an absolute breeze. It will make it so much easier. So without further ado, the first warm-up exercise is hi. Yes, super simple, extremely simple, but that's the thing. We're trying to normalize socializing. Chances are if you have social anxiety, you think that saying hi to a random person is totally unacceptable, totally weird, you're gonna get shot down, but chances are you're not. It's actually not that big of a deal. Depending on where you are, of course, different cultures have different norms and whatnot, but chances are if you say hi to someone walking down the street, they'll probably just say hi, and it won't be that big of a deal, and that's what you'll start to realize as you use these techniques. Just little social interactions aren't as big of a deal as you thought they were. The second warm-up exercise is the compliment. So this one is probably a little bit better if it's someone that you're already kind of talking to, someone maybe in your social circle, but it could also work for a stranger passing by, depending on the situation. But when I'm talking about a compliment here, I don't just mean like, oh, nice shoes or something. I mean the best one, and this is a little bit rare that this will happen, but the best is if they're wearing something that shows that they have a common interest as you. For example, they're wearing a shirt that has your favorite band or some DJ that you like or something like that. If they're wearing something that actually genuinely sparks something in your head, like, oh my God, I like that too, go all in. Like, definitely make that compliment because it will be extremely easy and it might even make a great connection with them. But of course, that's not always going to be the case. So sometimes if there is just something that you like about their outfit or the way they're dressed, then go ahead and tell them that, and that will start to loosen you up a little bit. So the third and final warm-up I'm going to show you today is probably my favorite, but also one of the harder ones. The random high five. Yes, you heard me right. You're just walking down the street, someone else is walking towards you, you just hold your hand up, give them a high five. This one's tough because since it's so random and weird that you're doing that, chances are they might not even realize what you're doing and they might not even put their hand up for the high five and they'll just leave you hanging on accident or maybe on purpose. But the great thing about that is that you learn to laugh about it. You learn that even if they don't see what you're doing or they see what you're doing and they don't give you the high five, that guess what? It's just kind of funny and everything's okay. Life goes on and it makes things not seem like such a big deal. And then if it does go well, if they do high five you, then great. You just had a cool little interaction with a stranger. Like, when was the last time you were walking down the street and a random person high-fived you? It probably doesn't happen that much, so you're actually making a really cool little impact on their day. Like, they might go home and tell someone important in their life, you know what, like, someone just high-fived me on the sidewalk today. And just knowing that you had that little impact on someone, even if it's stupid like that, it feels pretty good. And honestly, it can be exciting or even addicting. So obviously these are not the only 3 little warm-ups that you could possibly do, but these are the ones I'm going to stick to today just to get us on a little start. But I might make another video later where I include some more, and I might even go out and actually show you them instead of just telling you them. I'll go out to a busy street and actually put these things into action. But for now, if you use these 3 warm-up techniques that I just showed you before the next time you go out, I guarantee you it will make things so much easier because you won't be so tight and caught up in your head when you're on your way to the party and then you walk in and you're just frozen, it'll be like, you'll be so loose because you're like, oh man, I just gave that person a compliment. I said hi to like 3 people. I gave a high five. You walk in feeling like a boss instead of feeling like you're just all caught up in your head. You're quiet. Oh my God. So it'll just make a huge, huge, huge shift in your mood, your vibration, everything. And you'll feel so much better. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now go out there and high five someone or give them a compliment or do whatever you want to do, but just get loose. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.